In the barns and smokehouses of Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, and in Amish communities across Ohio, Indiana, and beyond, families still preserve an entire year's worth of meat without a refrigerator, a freezer, or a single kilowatt of electricity. They kill the hogs in November when the weather turns cold. They cure the hams and shoulders in salt. They smoke the bacon and sausage over slow hickory fires. They pack the fat in crocks. And by the time the snow finally melts in April, the family has eaten pork at almost every meal, and there is still ham hanging in the smokehouse for spring. The Amish do this every year, on every farm, exactly the way their grandfathers did, and the meat is better than anything you can buy in a store. Here is what the food safety agencies do not want to talk about. The preservation methods the Amish use are older than the United States itself. They work perfectly, and they produce meat that keeps for many months at room temperature without a single case of illness in the community. Modern regulations have made it difficult for outsiders to buy or sell meat preserved this way, and the knowledge has faded almost entirely from the broader American world. But in the Amish farmhouses, it lives on, and it is time you learned exactly how it works. Before we start, hit subscribe, because this is knowledge that is going quiet everywhere, but in the plain-sect communities that kept it. What you are about to learn is how a family can preserve an entire hog through summer heat with no cold at all. Let us begin. The first thing to understand is timing. The Amish do not kill hogs in July. They kill in November, when the weather has turned cold enough that the fresh meat can hang for a day or two without spoiling while the family works through the enormous job of butchering, salting, and processing a 250-pound animal. The cold weather is itself the first tool of preservation, giving the family a critical window in which to work without racing against spoilage. A hog killed in August is a disaster. A hog killed in November is the start of a year of good eating. The second thing to understand is that the whole hog is used. Nothing is wasted. The hams and shoulders become the great cured pieces that hang in the smokehouse for months. The bacon slabs are cured and smoked. The trimmings become sausage. The fat is rendered into snow-white lard that keeps for a year at room temperature. The head becomes head cheese, called souse in some regions. The organs are eaten fresh in the days after butchering. The intestines are cleaned to become sausage casings. Even the feet and the ears find a use. When the Amish family kills a hog, they get about 10 different kinds of preserved food out of one animal, and the whole system works because every part has its own preservation method. The main method of preserving the great cuts is salt curing followed by smoking. A ham begins with a heavy rub of salt, sometimes mixed with sugar and a small amount of saltpeter, which is potassium nitrate, a preservative that has been used for thousands of years. The salt is packed all over the ham and worked into every crevice. Then the ham is set in a cool place, often on a rack in the smokehouse itself, and left to cure. Every few days the family rubs on more salt, and the salt slowly draws the moisture out of the meat. This drawing out of moisture is the entire secret. Bacteria and rot cannot grow in meat that has lost enough of its water, and salt is the tool that does the drawing. The curing takes weeks. Depending on the size of the ham, it may sit in salt for a month or more, with fresh salt added periodically. During this whole time, the meat is not yet safe to eat, but it is also not yet spoiling, because the salt is doing its work faster than any bacteria can. By the end of the curing period, the ham has lost a significant portion of its weight in water, and what remains is dense, concentrated, and ready for the next step. The next step is smoking. The cured ham is hung in the smokehouse over a small, slow-burning fire of hickory, applewood, or another hardwood, and the smoke rises around it for days or weeks. The temperature stays low, well below the point at which the meat would cook, and the smoke does two things at once. It deposits antimicrobial compounds directly into the surface of the meat, further protecting it from spoilage. And it gives the ham the deep, complex flavor that makes a real country ham unforgettable. The smoking is a craft that takes practice. The wood must be right. The fire must burn slow. The temperature must stay low. And the smoke must reach every surface of every piece of meat. Once the ham has been fully cured and smoked, it is hung in the smokehouse or in the cool cellar to age. It does not need to be refrigerated. It does not need to be sealed. It hangs freely in the cool air, and it gets better with time. A good country ham that has hung for 6 months or a year is a treasure, and it will keep indefinitely if the conditions are right. This is the same method the Europeans have used for their prosciutto, jamon, and speck for 1,000 years, and it works. Bacon is preserved by the same basic method, but with thinner cuts and a shorter cure. The bacon slabs are salt-cured for a week or two, then hung in the smokehouse for a day or two of slow smoking, and then they can hang in the cool cellar for months. Sausage is packed into cleaned intestines and either smoked or packed in lard to keep. The lard itself, rendered from the pork fat, is packed into stone crocks. Whole sausages can be pressed down into the crock and covered entirely by melted lard, which seals them from air and preserves them for many months. This is called confit in French tradition, and it is one of the oldest and most reliable ways to preserve meat known to any culture. The whole system rests on a few simple principles. Salt draws water out of meat. Meat with little water in it does not spoil. Smoke deposits protective compounds. Fat, poured over meat while hot and allowed to solidify, seals it away from the air. And the cool, dry air of a smokehouse or cellar provides the finishing environment. Put these together and you can preserve an entire hog for a year without any cold at all. The reason the Amish still do this and the rest of America does not is not that the method fails. It is that the modern refrigerator made it unnecessary, and the health codes then made it difficult for anyone outside a plain sect community to sell meat preserved this way. The knowledge did not fail. The world around it changed, and the knowledge went quiet in every household that did not deliberately keep it. If you wanted to preserve meat this way yourself, you would need a few things. You would need a source of good pork, ideally from an animal you raised or knew the source of. You would need a smokehouse, which can be as simple as a converted shed with the right ventilation and firebox. You would need salt, ideally without additives, in significant quantity. You would need hardwood for smoking. And you would need the patience to let the process work over weeks and months. It is not a fast method, but it is a reliable one, and it produces food of a quality that is difficult to describe unless you have eaten it. The Amish preserve their year of meat this way because it works, because it is their tradition, and because they do not depend on systems they cannot control. The refrigerator can fail. The freezer can go out in a storm. The grid can go down. The smokehouse, hung with hams and bacon, does not care whether the electricity is on. And the family that fills it in November eats well until the next November, no matter what. Here is your challenge. Even if you never cure your own ham, learn how it is done. Buy a country ham from a traditional producer and taste the difference. Read about the old methods. Understand that food does not have to depend on the grid. Tell me in the comments if your family ever cured its own meat, or if you know a smokehouse still running somewhere near you. That knowledge did not die. It just went quiet. It is time to start listening again.